Good morning, everybody, from the Garlet's High Performance Garage channel. Just looking at here is my 1970 Chevelle, like y'all don't know what the fuck it is. But anyway, probably going to wax on this bitch a little bit today. It needs a coat of wax. I've hit it here and there. Had a couple light scratches on it from us all walking around it in here. I'm going to finish up the fender on the Patriot machine here. And I fell back to sleep there after I get up. I usually get up around 4:30 and let my dog out to piss, and then I bring him back in and give him some treats, and he goes back in his kennel. We go back to sleep usually. But I went ahead yesterday and I was so fucking bored, had nothing else better to do, so I went ahead and buffed out the old Crown Vic. Didn't turn out too bad. Take you out there and walk you around it and see what y'all think. I really didn't do a before video, but it turned out fairly well. I was surprised. I'll show you what I used here, but I can tell you this fucking shit right here, kind of weak. Did not really do much. Oh, let me see what else. What the fuck else did I use? God, I didn't fucking find it. Here it is. This stuff right here, I got this at down there at that old store, Surplus City, years ago when I painted the Chevelle. This is what I brought the paint out with. I hit the Chevelle with this stuff when I painted it. And it's okay. Fiberglass Evercoat. All right. It cuts it pretty quick with the machine. I don't have a lot of it left. That shit ain't cheap no more. I looked at the price of it not too long ago, and it's like $40 fucking for that bottle, you know. And fuck that. I really didn't want to buy that again. I know Rain-X makes a ceramic detailer. Or yeah. Exterior, yeah. It's not bad shit. It's okay if you're in a pinch. Let me see. What the fuck else did I... What else? I didn't use that on it, but... Look around here and find my shit. Here we go. Mostly... well, I used the buffer there. This I just had a little water in. And, this stuff here actually really polished it up nicely. And it's just a cleaner wax. It took a lot of the oxidation stuff off the hood, which, you know, I was surprised with. And if you ever get a chance, really good spray detailers, this stuff here. This Lucas stuff is really good shit. And I had that shit from Chemical Brothers, or Chemical Guys. Boy, it's some awful shit. That fucking banana stuff. And then another real good one's this Simonize. This Simonize shit's been around since fucking 20s. The 1920s. That stuff there works pretty good too. But, yeah. The Chemical Guys stuff didn't Didn't impress me much. But then it's like a spray detailer too. It's just too. Here it is. It's in my Harbor Freight bucket. Yeah, this shit here. I mean, it's okay. It's like, if you're in a pinch, there it is. You know, not real impressed with it. It's like, oh, banana peelings are what people have been slipping on for years. It's like, really? The only reason cartoon characters have been slipping on banana peels for years, you know, because it's a fucking cartoon and it's stupid. But, you know, a banana, when you eat a banana, the residue from the banana itself is stuck on the inside of the peeling. That's the part that makes it slick, not the fucking peel itself. Well, I'm talking about that. Fucking dumb. Let's get a look at the fucking cop car, Christ. Hey. Quiet, you. Quiet. Quiet. What are you doing up there causing a ruckus already? Huh? Just brought you out and you're up here causing a ruckus. You fucker, you. Oh, he's gonna lick his balls now, so I want you seeing that. Y'all are gonna be surprised with this. I mean, I was surprised with it. Yeah, how dull it was on them quarter panels. It brought out some, I don't know who fucking painted this thing, but they suck. They are. It's kind of chilly out here this morning. But yeah, that thing really brought it out. I mean, the paint on the bumper was dull. Of course, it still looks kind of shitty, but like this dull patch here on the back of the trunk, it brought it out a little bit. Tail lights, I rubbed them down. Got them. that shine on that trunk lid's nice, real nice. Get the nice and smooth feel to it. And this quarter here, that's got a big dent in it there. And it shined up pretty nice. I burned it a little bit across here. There's some marks from the buffer. I got a little excited and hit it in the burn. It's not too bad, but I don't know what they peeled the Virginia State Police shield off with, but it looks like they scraped the hell out of it because it's all scratched to shit. And it's acrylic enamel paint, and I can't get it out. There's no clear coat there. And like the roof drank that wax like crazy. It was so dry and dull up there. I rubbed it quite a few times. There's some scratches up there, some bad ones. But it wasn't as bad as what I thought. The doors did come out too. You can't really see them as good, but they did come out. It didn't take much to get them out. I hit them once with the buffer and rubbed them down. They're so scratched up and chipped and everything. And the fender here come out pretty nice. The hood, oh look, there's bird shit on it already. Nice. Anyway, the hood came out really nice. It was almost white with oxidation. It was pretty bad. So I buffed the hood. I mean, like, I think 3 times I ran over it. And it really turned out pretty nice, I think, for what it is and everything. And it's kind of rough, but yeah, it turned out pretty nice. And I hit these doors, you know. I hit them. There it is. So when it rains, you'll see the rain. You'll see the water beading on this bitch now. And there's the bar I'm going to put on the front of this car. It's off of a Dodge Dakota. I'm going to have to modify it to put it on here. So that's what we're going to do with that when I get a chance. In this car here, we're going to put my old push bar off the last Mercury on it. And we're going to, I would like to put a lift kit on this thing. Raise it up there about 3 inches. And I'm going to put a little bit bigger tire on it. I'd like to get a set of Mustang wheels from like an 04 GT or something and put on it. That would make it look nice. And put a nice big fat tire on it. Nothing radical. And yeah, that would look good. And I was thinking about like going from the pinstripe up. The pinstripe here on the side, clear back. And like do the whole top in a metallic blue. Let's do like a custom job on it. That's what I want to do. Will it happen? I have no idea at this point, because work is not guaranteed right now, and I'm not going to sit around here and say that I'm going to do something. It's just going to depend on the money situation. But yes, it's turned out very nice, I think. And yeah, that car turns heads anyway. I think it's pretty hilarious because, you know, people look at it and don't know what to think. Because, you know, people all over the place have warrants on them. And they know it, and they you don't know who they are, but you see people, all kinds of people staring at it. They're like, is that a real cop car? Or what? And it's like, obviously it's not anymore. It's not in service because, you know, it's, it don't have no shield on it. So, but anywho, nice shot of the ceiling there. Yeah. So, everybody, well, it's chilly. Man, it's not warm this morning. So, anyhow, the trick to that buffing them cars, you really got to watch how long you stay on the car, because the heat buildup is excessive, and when you get them hot and they get to like jerking you around while you're on the surface, you need to stop, because you're gonna burn it. And when you burn that paint, there's no going back then. You're too late. And it looks like shit. And you'll have these marks in it that just look awful. That's the only bad thing about buffing. Unless you get a polisher that is smaller. Mine's great big and bulky, and it's really obsolete. I got goddamn wax all down over my fucking coat, my arm of my coat here. Anyway, that buffer it's really obsolete. Down in Harbor Freight, they had smaller ones. I'm gonna invest in one sometime. They're not real expensive. They got a nice battery-powered one that I was thinking about getting. And I think it's like $69 or $70, something like that. And it's a nice handheld. It doesn't do the vibration thing. I've seen some of those. I have one of those from eons ago. It's down here at the bottom of my cabinet. It needs a new pad put on it, but it's terrible. It is so it's so awful. And it don't do nothing. It bounces around because it's like it doesn't spin around evenly. It has like an offset, and it kicks around like it's really gyrating and doing something, and it ain't doing shit. It ain't worth a fuck. So, if you want to take your wax off with it, it takes the wax off pretty nice. But then, you gotta wipe it back down, but it don't apply nothing worth a fuck. So, oh shit. I did stop at Hobo Freight there over the weekend. I got just a couple small things. I got another magnetic bolt collector tray. I got all three of their different ones now. The other two I have are for bolts and hardware and tools and shit. The ones from the distributors I built years ago. They're still sitting over there. I tell you, time just takes me by surprise and rips right past me. So, I took my my traffic control manager test yesterday, and you get to take it 2 times in a row if you need to. You have to have a 70% or higher to pass it, and you really can't miss much on it. I missed my first time. I don't know how many questions I missed. I didn't look through it to count them, but I looked through to see what I did wrong. There's a strange section on it that I failed. They have codes for like cone spacing on single lane closures, double lane closures, sidewalk closures, uneven pavement closures. There's all these different codes, and it's a Maryland code, and it goes MD 104, 06-03C, something like that, something similar to that nature. And there was a chart on there. I couldn't see it real good, but they had an option where you could look in a book to get a better idea, and you had to click on the link. And I didn't click on the link. I didn't take notes on that section, and I didn't think I was going to really need that, because when you do something like that and you get on the job, they have books that you have to keep with you. You can't remember all that shit. It's craziness. I mean, for you to remember all that stuff, you'd have to be a fucking robot or some shit. I mean, a person could never memorize all of that and know it. So, I like a dumbass, I didn't take notes on that section. I took notes on everything else. And the second time, because I got a 54% the first time around, and I thought, well, it told me to go back to the main page, so I did. And it's like, you can start the test over immediately. So they give you 2 shots off the bat. The second time around, I got a 68%, and I had missed 5 questions. There was 5 questions on there that I had got wrong. Well, I missed 15 altogether. 15 wrong out of 50. And if I would only missed 10 of them, I would have passed it. So those ones were the code ones that I missed because I had to guess them because I had no idea what they were. It's like, well, we'll guess A for that one or B for this one. And a lot of them, if they had like D, all of the above, most of those answers was right because they were all pertaining to the same thing and they all were true. And plus they had true and false ones. I got all those. I mean, it was true and false ones. They were just common sense. You know, like, where do you put your attenuator truck? It's like, well, obviously before the goddamn work zone, because, you know, somebody losing control coming towards your work zone, you would want that attenuator. It's got a big barricade on the back of it for, you know, to protect the crew. You'd want it there to protect the contractors. And, you know, they hit that. And plus it had like your stopping distance for anybody that's competent. It had stopping distances, calculations and stuff like that. I took notes on all that stuff. I still have my notes. But I think on the site, I think they can give you practice tests, I think. But I need that chart. I need to look up that chart and write all that shit down. And if I can get it and write it down, I told my boss, I was like, now I have to wait. I have to wait for 30 days now to take it again. And you have to pay again for it. Which my boss paid for it. It was $195. And if you fail it, like I said, you got to wait the 30 days. And then you have to pay $195 again to take it over. So he was saying he needed somebody now. So he's going to give another guy he knows a shot at it. And he told me, he's like, it's a damn good paying position. So I lucked out on that. So, but you know, what else is new? The trouble is with that stuff is when it's for the state, everything has to be ridiculously strict. Everything's got to go to this unreal level of expectation with this fucking state. And that's how they've always been with everything. And it's almost like they word shit, like they have a bunch of dirty, cutthroat fucking lawyers writing all their stuff for them. You know, that's how everything's worded. It's worded in legal lawyer mumbo jumbo that, you know, most people can't understand. And they do that because this state right here, it's not what you know, it's who you know with just about everything. So, I mean, I could be wrong on that, but I've witnessed it a bunch. Now, I did apply for a job to work on the state police cars for up here at the lake. I didn't get it. And more or less, I think they just more or less hired somebody that they knew. You know, and I don't know the person that they hired. And I can't sit here and prove that. I can't say that that's what they did. I have a hunch that's what they could have done. I don't know. Or maybe I'm wrong and they just got somebody that just has more knowledge than me. I don't know everything. But they said that that I lacked the knowledge. And it's like, how can you lack knowledge? I've been fucking with this shit since I was 13 years old. Now, how do you lack knowledge in the automotive field when you've been fucking with shit that long? I've built vehicles. I've did just about every system on one. Electrical is one I hate. It's one that I'm not good at. But like suspension, engines, transmissions isn't a strong point for me. I don't know a lot about them. But, you know, I can learn. And But this is a job, this is a general maintenance job. This is brakes, tire rotations, fluid changes, maybe a little exhaust work. And more or less, hooking up a coax cable for a radio, replacing a fucking radio or a system in the car that's something simple. It's not rocket science. And I have general knowledge on automobiles. I can hook up a fucking scanner to a fucking computer port and go through the shit, and I can do that. It's not a problem. I've done it with state-of-the-art equipment before, and I've done it with cheap-ass fucking shit that I bought off eBay. And, at the end of the day, you find out what's wrong with it, and you know what to do. And I know how to wrench on things, and it's like, how can you sit there and tell me that I don't know anything about anything, that I don't have the knowledge? And I do have the knowledge. I do have it. I promise you. I got it. But, I can't make anybody hire me. So I was looking at that, and I thought, that's my shot to retire when I'm at least 67, so I'd be able to enjoy a little bit of it anyway. Because you don't know how long you're going to fucking live after that. I mean, you could drop over dead tomorrow, because tomorrow is never guaranteed. Especially when you shut your eyes and you rest. You don't know what the fuck your body's going to do. So anyway, I didn't get it. I didn't get the job. I wanted them state benefits at retirement. The pay at this point, anything's better than, $600 a week. I could be getting, $1,000 a week maybe on that job. I'm not positive about that, but it's around there. And then have medical, dental, and optical insurance for me and my family. That's always a good thing. And, now I'm in the fucking poorhouse. Well, a little bit deeper in the poorhouse than what I was. So, because, inflation and stuff, everything had to come up with Biden administration. Everything had to, come bite you in your ass and kick you in the balls. So, yeah. And the only thing they're arguing about is egg prices. Okay? Fucking egg prices. Like, really? Do you know how hard it is to raise a chicken? It ain't goddamn hard. The most expensive thing about raising chickens is the goddamn feed and the laying mesh you got to give them. Because you don't give them the right stuff, they're not going to lay nothing. But you give them the right stuff, they'll give you some eggs. Now, depending on how many chickens you got, are going to depend on your fucking egg load. Because the chicken will only lay so many eggs in its life. As its tail end, they start looking like little golf balls, but without the dimples. And when a chicken's doing that, that chicken it's on the tail end of its span. So, you're going to be having some roaster chicken after that. And I know a few people that have chickens that raise them, and it's not, it doesn't take that long to raise a chicken. And the only reason for all this madness with eggs and the prices of eggs being, $10 and $12 and $13 a fucking dozen, it's because these companies are gouging everybody. And their excuse is bird flu, bird flu, bird flu. Give me a fucking break, okay? Bird flu cannot be transmitted from the bird to humans. Okay? It cannot. Unless you're going to take a gob of its shit and eat it. That's the only way you're going to get sick off a chicken, or if you eat the motherfucker raw. And what they done, they killed off a bunch of them to get the price up. The beef industry used to do the same goddamn thing. They would create a shortage. And when you create a shortage, you can raise your prices because it's not as abundant as what it once was. So you can raise the goddamn price and just screw everybody. That's how they get money. That's how they get rich off of you. And it's like this. I live close to a bunch of Amish motherfuckers anyway. They're not too far away from me. I'm going to all these Amish farms. I can get as many goddamn eggs as I want for like $1 or $2 a dozen. They're them big fat brown sons of bitches. Or I know a bunch of people that got a bunch of ducks. I can go out and get a bunch of duck eggs for like $2 or $3 a dozen. Fuck. I know a guy that has a couple of geese. If you ever have a goose egg, fucking, not on your head, but if you ever get a chance to try goose eggs, man, oh man, very good, very good. You'll never want a chicken egg again. Fuck. But those eggs, they're very good for you. No matter what the FDA has said in the past, to kind of put you on the screwy fucking road of bullshit. Because if you go on the internet and get a general picture of society, like pictures of people in crowds and stuff, you're going to see some different shit. You're going to see men and women that are very thin. Of course, they dressed way better. And you're going to see kids that are, athletic looking and running around. They're going to be just fucking skinny kids. Everybody's going to be thin. And it's because they ate animal fat. You eat animal fat, you eat eggs, you eat beef, pork and chicken, you fry your stuff in animal fat. I mean, nothing back then made you fat other than you being a fucking hog and just eating a whole bunch of shit. But you ate. The stuff that you ate back then was way better than what it is now because there wasn't a bunch of chemicals and shit. Now, R.J. Reynolds, the cigarette company, and their partners, Philip Morris, they all have the snack companies. Snack food companies are under their power. So, what did they do to snack foods? Well, they put chemicals in them like they put in their cigarettes to keep you addicted, to keep you hooked on the snacks. Because they're real good at that. They're real good at their job. They did that. They put all that disgusting shit in all the snack foods. And the thing with snack foods, they're cheap. They're very cheap to get a hold of. But if you look at society as a whole today, you see all these big fat people, obese people, and I'm fat fuck. And it's because of the food. I don't eat that much at all. I do not hardly eat a goddamn thing. I eat once a day if I'm lucky. I'll eat my dinner in the evenings. Now, like today, I might nibble here and there, maybe, if I get bored, which is a bad thing. I'll eat a little bit of something. Probably I shouldn't be fucking eating, but I will. And at dinner time, I eat my dinner. I eat. It doesn't take much to fill me up. My stomach, as far as my stomach as an organ, it's not that big anymore. It's not all stretched out like it was. And I just have fat buildup. I've been losing it. It's been coming off. And the pharmaceutical companies are all on this too. And so are the chemical companies like Roundup. They're in on this stuff. Because what they're doing now, they're spraying our crops. Big government farms, they are growing vegetables and grains. And they are spraying this stuff with Roundup. They have contractors come in with equipment, and they run through these fields, and they soak everything with Roundup. Roundup is a weed preventative and a insect killer. This is pesticide, okay? This is dangerous chemicals that we're all ingesting. And these chemicals, they breach your blood-brain barrier, that piece of hide in between your brain and your skull. Because they give it one more soak. When this stuff is being harvested, they give it one more soak with Roundup before it's, sent into the machines and the vines or whatever separated from it. And they spray down the grains. They spray down everything. Everything has this stuff. So, I mean, you sit there and call me a liar or a conspiracy theorist or whatever. Now, RFK needs to get off his ass and stop this. Because our food is banned around the world. Because when you eat potatoes, when you eat pasta, when you eat bread is one of about the worst things you can eat in our country today. If you eat those things in our country, you get bloated, swollen, you don't feel good, you feel like you weigh 1,000,000 pounds after you eat it, and that's because of the active chemicals that are in it. And it's just not good for you. This stuff has been known to cause Alzheimer's, which is on the rise, dementia's on the rise, cancers of just about any fucking kind of cancer you can think of has been woken up in everybody's fucking bodies, and it's coming to flourish. And then in turn, you eat the food that has chemicals in it from the companies. You eat it and eat it and eat it. You get sick. You go to your doctor. They throw pills at everybody because they don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. They throw pills at you. Well, let's try this and this and this. Let's put you on a cholesterol pill. Let's put you on a blood thinner. And then, diabetes is on the rise because of all the chemical-filled manufactured sugars that they're making now. It ain't cane sugar anymore. It's corn syrup. It's syrup from this, syrup from that. And it's got all these chemicals in it to keep you hooked. And it's giving people diabetes, type 2 typically. Some people will get type 1. Some people's bodies act differently when they're introduced to chemicals like this. It's all about the chemicals. If you quit with the chemicals, just stop it. Stop it. Get rid of the chemicals. Roundup needs shut down. Roundup needs taken care of. Philip Morris and R.J. Reynolds need taken care of. These places need closed up. They need to stop them. And if you go to Italy tomorrow and you eat pasta and bread and all kinds of shit over there, you feel no different. You feel like you've ate something. And that's it, because their stuff has 0 chemicals in it. And these oils that we have available over here, all your fast food joints are using canola oil to fry their food. And canola oil is another thing. If y'all look on your fucking food labels, canola oil is in almost everything. The one thing I figured, or one place I figured it was never going to be in, would be French fries. Guess what? It's in frozen French fries. It's like top of the fucking list. It's in there. Why? Why does that have to be in there? And it's so that, you get sick and you get cancer from all these chemicals and canola oil and all that other good fucking shit, because you're all swollen and, you're packing on fucking fat because canola oil and all these other chemicals shut off the message center, that message wire from your stomach to your fucking brain. And your stomach will let your brain know, hey, I'm full. Stop eating. And then it'll shut her down. You'll be full, you'll stop. Not now. It doesn't know. You just keep eating and eating and eating. Like a fucking cow stuck in the apple orchard. Next morning this son of a bitch is laying on its fucking side because it's ate so much apples it can't fucking move. And it's dying. So that's the plan, and then pharmaceutical companies jump in. Oh, hey, I got cancer. Well, we're going to treat you with this. These new experimental cancer drugs, there's them drug commercials you see on them and on TV and stuff here that nobody else in the world will air on television because this is Pfizer stuff, and Pfizer is working with the World Health Organization to basically control the population. They want to knock the population in half. And yes, I'm a conspiracy theorist. This is so the World Economic Forum can take over all the countries and make you live the way they think that you should live. And a lot of people throw the word Nazi around pretty good these days. But these are, it's communist rule is what they're looking for. So you do it. You do the math. You put it all together, and that's what's happening. I hate to go off onto that shit. I hate to talk about it. And it's there. And it's going to be there because nobody's putting a stop to it yet. And I mean, I'm thankful for, Trump and all them going out and digging up all the government fraud and unnecessary spending, and they're fixing things like that. They're wading their way through the shit. And the Democratic leaders are mad. The Democrat leaders are very pissed because they're losing their extra money because they're greedy fucking thieves. These people are pieces of shit. Chuck Schumer's a piece of shit. He is nothing but a thief. And with his fucking glasses, fuck you. Fuck you, Chuck, you piece of shit. Fuck you. You're an asshole. You too, Nancy, you can go eat a dick because you're another greedy motherfucking liar. I'm not saying the Trump administration is squeaky clean. I mean, the thing is, you don't know these people. These people could be liars. You don't know. They could be good people. But, what tells me a lot about Donald Trump is him not accepting a salary. And neither is Elon Musk. They're not accepting salaries. They're not getting paid for what they're doing. They already have enough money. They don't need to get paid. And then all these, I said in the last video about them firebombing his shit, but that's all coming to a head too. That's going to be ending here soon. So anyway, oh shit. I got this week and a couple of days to fuck off before that sweeper contract starts. I may end up going up there and testing out a sweeper that they're saying is ready to go. I'll probably check out one of them and see how it works. So that way you know what to expect ahead of time, I guess. And we'll piss with that and see how these trucks are going to react. They're used. You don't know how they've been beat on or anything like that. And a lot of times he buys stuff sight unseen and he gets it home and, they work on it. And a lot of times you find flaws Because if it ain't gonna pick up no fucking dirt, you got to do something with it. And these trucks, they have a vacuum head on it and a hose, and it's all about alignment. If you don't have the alignment right on that, it will affect its performance. So, and if you don't have the right engine RPMs, all of them have a happy spot. Most of them have this little John Deere 6-cylinder on the back that you fire up, but a lot of them have a power takeoff. You just engage. But yeah. But yeah, that one, a bunch of them I ran in the past had a little John Deere tractor motor on the back that would operate the vacuum and broom systems. So you have, you got to check both engines before you start each day. And, everything's just got to be so for it to work right. And you got to be able to put down water. Because if you can't put down water and you're creating dust, it is kind of dangerous. It's a big safety hazard. Just going over shit that I've done this for years. And I tell you, it's a job I really loved in the past. A lot of people can't do it because they're not in that, they're not in that mindset. You're going like 5 miles an hour with watching a broom spin, throwing debris into a vacuum hose. So that's not for everybody. I do enjoy it because for some reason I like to watch this stuff be cleaned. I'm just one of those people. And I don't know if that's a unique quality or not. I can't say. But I don't mind it. It's a good job all in all. There's just not enough of it. That's the thing. I could run one of those every day to earn a living for the rest of my life. I could do that. That job would be all right. And it's a job to me that never gets boring. It never gets boring. A lot of times when you're doing the same thing every day, day in, day out, you get burnt out on it. Me running them sweeper trucks, it never got boring. If everything was working properly. Now, when you have stuff that doesn't work right and you got dirt everywhere all the time and you got people behind you raising hell and bitching at you because your fucking stuff isn't working, that gets old. That really frustrates me. That makes me not want to do it. But if I'm in a machine that's working flawlessly and it's doing its job, I am really hooked on it then. Running a great big gigantic rock truck, 100-ton fucking earth-moving monster, that was fun also. I enjoyed doing that, but I got burnt out on that most days because you're getting loaded, you're dumping off. You're getting loaded, you're dumping off. And it gets old after a while. You start getting tired, you start getting fatigued from bouncing around in the fucking thing. And it's loud. The only thing that really kept me on that job mainly was the radio. Running my mouth to my co-workers, and we were very harsh to each other on the radio. It's one of those things where you mouth off to each other, but you don't mean it. And you make fun of each other's flaws. Like they would all call me a fat ass down there. One guy told me I didn't have a neck. Shit like that. And that doesn't bother me. I don't care. It's not something I'm going to sit around and go, oh, you made fun of me, boo-hoo, I'm going to cry now for the rest of my life. No. On a coal mine, there's one rule. Leave your fucking feelings at the gate, because nobody wants to deal with that shit. If you're going to work on a job like that, I don't know why it's like that. That's just how it is. It's like construction workers. They catcall women. You're in a city, you have a good-looking mama run out there in front of you, you're hollering at her, hey, baby, shake that ass, baby. And on a coal mine job, it's like, when I would switch channels going in the coal yard, I'd holler at that guy running the coal yard out there. I'd holler, hey, Al, you fucking no-tooth, tater-peeling son of a bitch. He'd get on there and say, you no good, dirty, fat cocksucker, you. Yep, that's what we would say to each other. We'd talk about shit that's annoying us at home, and, you know, just talk to each other. Fuck, we drank together. We'd get off work, and on occasion, we'd all meet up at a bar close there and have a few drinks and shoot the shit, and, you know, and like off the radio, off the job, it was just like, it puts you in the mind of Looney Tunes, the sheepdog and the coyote. They were buddies, you know, oh, hey, how you doing this morning? Oh, I'm good. You know, soon as they clocked in, well, they would clock in, and then when the little whistle would blow for them to start work, they leave off what they was doing tomorrow, like the sheepdog would have the coyote by the fucking neck and punch him in the mouth. That's how our job was down there. You fucked with each other all day long on that radio. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. It let you take a lot of your frustrations out on people. You know, call them names and shit. And, you know, just to get shit off your chest. It was a good stress reliever. And I really enjoyed it. It was fun while it lasted. I was hoping I could retire. I was hoping that'd be the last job I'd ever have to work, because there was more left to that place. We were on the tail end of the very first plan, and we were going to move to the second plan, which was on the other side of the job, and we were going to hit that and start mining that, and, you know, we never made it, because, you know, the trouble is with the coal industry right now is that they are constantly filing bankruptcy and switching hands. I don't know why that is. I can't explain it. But anyway, there are some steel plants that are going to be firing back up in the United States. We're going to have some more refineries built. I mean, we're bringing our industry back. It's coming back. And, you know, the key to this, I know you probably all call me loony, it's the tariffs. When you threaten what Trump is doing right now, when you're threatening other countries with tariffs, they have tariffs on our shit anyway. The shit that we produce and send out to them countries, they need it. They have to have it. So we're sending it to them free, of no charge. They're paying for the product, but they're not paying for it to get there. It's like getting on eBay and buying something and not having to pay shipping for it. But them, they're fucking charging us all these fees to bring our stuff to them. But when they bring it to us, they don't expect to have that. Now he jacks it the fuck up. He's doing two things here. One, he is putting them fuckers on a leash. Going, look, lower your goddamn tariff on us. I'll just double it for you. And, you know, we don't need your shit. So they'll lower it. And what else he's doing is he's trying to bring jobs here. Because if foreign countries bring their fucking product over here to be produced and pay us money to do it, that's good. That's a job creator. That's bringing industry back to, the fucking country. And that means the economy's going to be up. The stock market's going to be up. Consumer confidence is going to come up. It's a no-brainer. And if you bring the price of energy down, then everything gets cheap. You get everybody's wages up and get the price of things down. What's the problem here? It's greedy politicians want to throw a monkey wrench in the works. They want to throw a wrench in the gears and fuck everything up. And then they benefit from it. They collect money off of it. That's how they make their living. Because $250,000 to them isn't a good enough salary, apparently. I've never made $250,000 a year in my fucking entire life. And these motherfuckers are like, they're millionaires approaching billionaire status down here. And it's because they're taking handouts. They're taking, they're making up fake organizations to collect all this money, all our tax dollars. And taxes are just way too fucking high. I don't know why I'm getting taxed 3 times on my fucking money that I do get. That's bullshit. We should only get taxed on the goods that we buy. That's the only tax we should be paying. Because that way, there'll be plenty of tax money for everything. And for everything like roads and bridges and, rescue personnel, law enforcement. That's how it works. That's how it's supposed to work. And the less money that they take away from us, the more we're going to have to spend out there. The more we're going to want to go buy, not only for the need, but for something we want. What's wrong with wanting something? What's wrong with, going out there and buying something that you fucking want? I like to buy things that I want, but I just can't afford it. The shit that I want, I can't afford. Like a set of fucking tires, a set of wheels for my car, maybe some performance shit to rebuild an engine. I want that stuff. That's what I want. I want to be able to, have an awesome sounding fucking engine with a great big camshaft in it. That's what I like. And you can't do that if you're not making any fucking money and everybody's trying to put you in a poorhouse. You can't do anything. And so right now we're getting industry back. We're getting jobs back. We're getting wages up. Getting rid of the fraud. And taking the mandates off of ending the internal combustion engine. I'm telling you, that is a scheme to bankrupt the nation, to get us all to our knees. That's all that was. And I used to look up to Democrats in the past. They were good. Now they're evil. They're so terrible they did a 180 on us. And, that they have a second face. And they've shown us that. And now they're all lying about what they're doing. So it's a crock of shit. It needs to end. The Democrats are not Democrats anymore. They are communists. So that's my opinion on the whole deal. So I'm running my lips here too much. I got to get off of this and got to figure out what I'm doing. I have a nice headache brewing this morning. It's nice to wake up with a headache. So I figured it's a migraine coming on. I get those on occasion, so they're just fucking awesome. I love it. It hurts me to wear this hat right now. So, all right, everybody. Hope you all like the fucking Crown Vic out there, all nice and shiny. Well, it's not real shiny, but it's shinier than what it was. So, all right, everybody. have a great fucking week. It's motherfucking Tuesday. Monday number 2, as we always called it. So everybody, like, share, comment, subscribe, and see y'all on the next one. Hopefully I'll have something better than this. Me running my mouth.